to go over the 6 pillars. Last year, when we had our introduction to the different regions, KDY America and UK Ireland, we talked about the strategic plan, the vision, and how KDY is going to be revamping to be more to achieve the vision. So these 6 pillars: business, heritage, social, health, welfare, and education, were the 6 pillars that have been identified, where we all can strive to make sure that the overall vision of KDY is achieved. I'm going to introduce each pillar lead will discuss in detail about what each pillar is doing. But I just wanted to give an overview of the pillars. So the pillars are basically committees where individuals will volunteer their time. It's based in Freetown. So the work and the direction comes from Freetown with the support of those in the diaspora. And so when it comes to business, just like with, the word means, the business committee focuses on, developing business, networking, and so forth. Heritage is about, preserving the history of Creoles. So that includes preservation of monuments, building monuments, and it also includes the museum, which will be discussed more in the second part of the program. Social, while social you might think it's for enjoyment, but it's really more about gathering with a purpose. So the social activities pertain mainly to, fundraising, and also doing some of the cultural activities together in a social environment. The health which is one of our first and most prominent committee, focuses on doing an annual health outreach. And it's been very successful over the years. We'll hear more about that from Mrs. Watina Cummings, who is the lead. Then we have the welfare committee. That focuses a lot on the welfare of the elderly and those who are most in need, the most marginalized in the community. And then we have education. Education is very, 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 very strong and very valued in the community. And so education focuses on trying to help the young people through scholarships and just bring awareness of our culture for young people as well as older people who may not know certain things about the culture, the history, and those who have been successful in life as a Creole person. So I just wanted to give that overview and tell you that it's voluntary, and the people who are involved in the committee, the people who are involved in the committees can support either financially, helping with designing a program, or even in going to Sierra Leone, those who are in the diaspora, to roll up their sleeves and to help, like the health outreach is during the holidays. So people from the diaspora, they actually go and use their professional skills to help with the outreach. So there are many ways one can volunteer and support, but the idea is to strengthen Freetown with all of the knowledge, the expertise within the diaspora, so that we can be as supportive as we can to those on the ground, which is the main focus. The focus is on Freetown and supporting the community there and making sure that the community strives and thrives. So I'll first hand over to discuss more in detail about the pillars. I'll first start with the business pillar. So the business lead, can you please unmute yourself and give us some more details about what the business community has done and what they plan to do? So over to you.
Good day, wherever you are. Mifamulem Unakushe. My name is Dr. Francis Horace Dove Edwin. I am the pillar lead for the Creole Descendants Union KDY Business Committee. Presently, I am in Freetown presently. My contact number is +232 76 66 9467. My email address is francisdoveedwin@gmail.com. All lowercase FrancisDoveEdwin@gmail.com. I would like to welcome you to the KDY Business Committee, and I'm looking forward to having you as a member. Please contact me. And for those of you who know about KDY and Creole people and I know say business and be part of we, it has been a part and parcel. And for me, when they talk, my descendants are originally from Dovecourt, so you know that we are in business. And as a pillar lead, my main aim is to bring in 3 different aspects to help improve the Creole Business Committee. The very first one is we're going out and looking for all the presently current existing Creole businesses to bring them together and form what we call the Creole Descendant Directory. So it's the KDY Business Directory. So it makes it easier for us to locate and find our business people within our business committee so they could be able to serve us. The second thing is that business committee continue to support and work with the manufacturing, production, and distribution and sales of the KDY print. I know a lot of you have seen the KDY print because if you look at my tie, you can see it's part of the KDY print. And the third thing we will also focus on in the Creole Business Committee is training of our young adults to learn how to produce things that are within our culture, food, and for instance, how to do slippers, even how for sew we own print, cabaslot, and all these things. That's part of our training, and we're also going to give young adults business training, mentorship, production. We're also looking at agriculture. We're exploring end-to-end agriculture. KDY Business Committee comprises of the following people as members: Wilhelmina Brooke, Corinne Renner Thomas, Victor Cummins, Mr. Plummer Hamilton, Claudius Coker, Africa James, Jethro, and Alpha Algali. It's a combination of both young adults and members from the diaspora and in Freetown. KDY Business Committee is open for new members. Please contact me from my contact address and phone numbers and email that I've said above. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to having you as a member of the KDY Business Committee.
Good afternoon. My name is May Johnson Njai. I'm an executive member na KDY Freetown, and also I'm the lead for the welfare pillar. And what we do for welfare, we get 12 members now we committee, and we meet regularly. The one that we do America and the one that we do England, we can get Zoom meetings sometimes, and we also get a WhatsApp group where we communicate to each other. And the main focus for welfare now for make we take care of the membership. And last year, which we do, we Christmas time we get some money, and then we buy breakfast items, tea, coffee, sugar, milk, cheese, luncheon meat, sardine, Quaker oats, and crackers. We make a bag, a gift bag, and we go to 2 villages, Kisi and we go Moriton, and we share them to the elderly Creole residents them there, na the church them, and also na KDY the satellite group na Kisi. And then appreciate them very much. The other thing what would they do? Would they take care of our membership? You know, they call them if they're not they come meeting, encourage them for come meeting. If they're sick, we they go visit them. If they get burying, we they go, we fellowship with them, we give them small purse. We they also make sure that everybody okay in some way, form or the other. The last time where we been get locked down for COVID, we call a few members them, and then with the one that we think say need some help, we give them small pause for just see them through that period during the lockdown period. The problem where they get no money for fundraising, because from 2018 where we do a Bobby job and raise some funds, reserve na welfare. Because of COVID, we find it very difficult for raise funds. So now the membership and also good people them around now we can ask for donate some money for make we able for do waiting we they do. You know, we just try for we sustain with membership, you know, where we do them programs them here, so we also try for recruit people them. This year we try for repeat the same thing where we do last year Christmas, and this year we want go Waterloo and we want go Godrich. We try for do the same thing, get some items them, food items them, and distribute them to the elderly. And then we also get in mind sometime, probably Easter time, we go do a program where we want for entertain the young picking them, you know, Creole picking them. So now basically now that's what they do.
Una good day from any parts of the world where you dey. My name na Waltina Cummings. Me na the health pillar lead for Creole Descendants Union Freetown. A day or so na the site for the where we don't already begin for the headquarters and museum for Creole Descendants Heritage. Right now the beautiful junction of Aberdeen Road where the city water from Usade and cold breeze they blow me. But they call with a join hand for this work. For let we all put on together. For let we bring in with resources, with energy, with talents. For let we able for do this work, this building, and let this building done. Mama Gaba, when we matriarch, we don't push this work. Now one thing that we want for see for let it done. So me dey talk beg una today. Any part of the world where they hear me from, whether you in any part of the diaspora, you in Germany, you in China, you in England, you in America, or even if you in another part of Africa, you in Nigeria, when are they with other people then come out. Do ya una join hand with we for let we able for finish this work here so. So we as the program they go on go for hearing more about what we now the health sector or well body business don't do for the last 5 years where we start the annual health outreach, and also where we go continue for do, because one way down there we they not only we they show say we care for we system brother there where we take care of their body, but also then go able for join we and work with. When person get good well body, they go able for work. So now the word that una thank you una they listen to me today. And healthcare has some challenges in Sierra Leone, so we decide as private sector say we will take on that challenge once a year. We choose a site where they come and give free healthcare. So what kind of this community, we collaborate with the Ministry of Health, then get a clinic in Ayaso. We get some of the couple of nurses and the community health officers that we come for Kamputan with we for do the work. And then we get a lot of volunteers from nurses and others who are a part of Creole Descendants, not the diaspora, meaning in America, in England predominantly, then coming with Creole Descendants with the inside Freetown, for that we all volunteer and join and for can do this work together.
So how much people benefits can this health outreach?
The last count we then just do is about 300. We get enough capacity for 500 people. That's what we allow this for.
Family down now do Mina Estina Adekule Kabia, Social Secretary for KDY Freetown, the parent body, and lead for the social pillar for KDY Freetown and Diaspora. KDY Social Secretary or KDY Social Lead, we therefore raise money through Thanksgiving services, awujo, dinner dance, outing, but mostly now appeal with the appeal for money from good people them. Good people them, and then give them money where we go Ghana, go find person, we go do the statute for Thomas Peters wedding at Wallace Johnson Street. We good people them, now then give him money where we put statute na bottom man go with Bafos for Africaners Bill Hutton. This event where they do so. Now for make we go get money for do building. For get the money for make statute, for get the money for put dinner and dance together, for get the money for go outing. Now one thing, but for get the money for bill us, not a small thing now and then. And we did look to always sponsor them. We done the help in the past, and new one them we want can inside. For can help we donate that we go continue for this way Creole Museum and Cultural Center. We don't try. We don't try. But make them not can tell we say truck give one boxing and shots. Do ya? We beg. Now please support we by this venture we depend. And I thank you for listening to me.
We learned a lot about the business, the heritage, the social and the health pillars. And there are lots of information that you can get about those pillars if you contact the pillar leads. I want to discuss a little bit about the education pillar. As you know, education is a bedrock and a foundation for what Creole people stand for. And so the education pillar focuses a lot on education. So scholarships is something that is one of the signature activity that the education pillar focuses on. So they provide scholarships for both primary and secondary education. And so that's, and also making sure that we teach young people about some of the crafts, how to make the carpet slippers, how to speak Creole, the language of Creole, how to cook certain foods. So the education is well-rounded. It focuses not just on the academics, but also on life skills and also things that help to promote and preserve the culture. So that's the education pillar. So the last pillar that we need to discuss or to hear about is the welfare, the heritage pillar. And for that, I will hand over to Mr. Melbourne Garber, who will discuss and provide more details about the heritage pillar. Over to you, Mel.
Okay, thank you very much, Pauline. Me not for the pillar, it mean the standing for the heritage pillar today. The heritage pillar also encompass the building committee, the building subcommittee. So just as a background, very important part of people's existence is the preservation and appreciation of their history and culture. And given the unique and complicated history of the Creoles, it is even more important for us to ensure that this is done. So the heritage pillar has been created to ensure that these aspects of Creoledom get our full attention. The primary aim of the heritage pillar is to preserve and promote our rich culture, history, and heritage, and to ensure that these are passed on to the younger generation, both in Sierra Leone and in the diaspora. I think one of the benefits of this pillar is that Creoles at home and in the diaspora would definitely benefit from the activities of the heritage pillar. And in addition, anyone interested in Creole history and heritage, because it's not necessarily just Creole people. Anyway, it is critically important to ensure that the younger generation, and especially those who live in the diaspora, appreciate and understand what it means to preserve this culture and this heritage. One of the things I think some of you, especially those in England, might have seen over the past couple of years, though we were affected by COVID, was the Creoles.com and curated by Ms. Iyamide Thomas, who's here, had this exhibition in London Museum Docklands, about the Creoles. And I was there. I was fortunate to go and to see it, and it definitely put us on a different playing field. But the main events right now for the Heritage Pillar is really to help us raise funds to build this museum and cultural center. So, based on that, this is why we're hosting this event. And, I'll make sure, people see what this website is all about. I will go into some more detail about it in the second part of this. But other things that the Heritage Pillar will be doing will also have things like symposiums, and other events that will showcase and reinforce the culture of Creoles. There are quite a few people who are part of the Heritage Committee and also the Building Committee, and I'll just give a few names of people who have expressed an interest and are part of this committee. So there's Alhaji Jibril Savage, Melbourne Gaba, Ms. Iyamide Thomas, Mr. Justin Shoyela, Ms. Pauline Pratt, Mr. Samuel Bailison, Mr. Hashiruddin, and even with the Building Committee, Eugenia Chinsman, Engineer Sam Lee, Architect Manuel Gaba, Donald Goodin, who is actually the contractor, and Christian Ogu from KDY. So these are some of the members of both the Heritage Pillar and the subcommittee for the building. So on that note, I will hand over to Pauline, and then I will be back to go through the websites for all of us. So Pauline, thank you, and back over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the pillar leads and to Melbourne to give us an update about all the wonderful and productive things KDY is doing. It's very exciting to hear. So now it's time for a wellness break. We're going to break for just to stretch and to get into the second part of our program.